Welcome to Darker Days Radio on Gehenna Gaming, playing Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. This is episode 7? Episode 8? I've lost track.
I know what part we are in the book, but I don't know what
Anyway,
episode we're on.
I'm one of the regular hosts, Chris, and we are joined currently by David, who is running.
Hello.
We're joined by Chigg. Pardon me.
You okay there?
Yeah.
And also, we're joined today by Crystal. Hi, Crystal.
And
don't die
that's
on us
Chris.
on air, please.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to keep playing through the Enemy Within campaign for Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. Michael will hopefully be joining us halfway through. David, just a little bit of recap and get going.
Yeah, have yourself a drink. Cool. So we left you at the end of last session. You'd had a bit of fun traveling down the Weisbrook Canal, tasting the delicacies of fishy cuisine, discovering what IPAs are, and then a bit of fun in Weisbrook itself. And you are now on the... I forgot the name of the river. I think it's actually the Boggin River, or the Reich. No, it's not the Reich. I can't remember the name of the river. You're on the main river going up to Boggenhafen now with Joseph. It's a 4-day trip. I'm not going to bother with any stopovers or anything unless you want to, as we had that last session. We'll just say that you arrive in Boggenhafen 4 days later. So if Klaus and Francesco want to have a little bit more of a sword training session, we can do that. Just kind of add something on at the end with some XP at some point for that, if you want to. And if
yeah, we'll assume
Mary
we've been
wants
doing
to
some
as well.
more. We should assume we've done some more sword training for him. I'm just checking like what resets at the start of a session, isn't it? Our fortune.
It's your fortune and it's your fortune. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's just
resolve.
your fortune. Resolve,
Yeah.
resilience doesn't reset. Fate doesn't reset. So at least I've got all my fortune back.
So do use your rerolls.
Yeah. So
Has
yeah,
anybody
let's do
anybody
some more
used any
training.
of their resilience and resistance?
I've got all my resolve, and I've used up 2 of my have I used up 2 of my resilience? Well, let me just check which one.
This is the one that gives you automatic successes and things and allows you to not die.
Yeah, I think it was I used my resolve.
Yeah. So to get that back, do something fun and entertaining and
I
make
just
me
need
laugh.
to be a thrill seeker. That's pretty easy.
Oh, there's things in this which are going to get you. There's very, very clear some things in here where you can be a thrill seeker. Klaus has already got some ideas of how to make his life thrilling, I think, in this next part.
Klaus doesn't have ideas. Klaus is not an idea kind of person.
But yeah, cool. Okay, so you've spent some time, like you spent the 4 days up there, kind of working the boat, learning how to use the boat. So you all got access now to the boatman career. When you level up and you want to open that up, you won't have to pay the 100 XP to open up the boatman career. So you've got access to that. I'll give you a little bit of bonus again for the weapon melee basic, as you've been training with it, Klaus. But yeah, so you've spent 4 days up on the river. You've now pulled into Boggenhafen, and Joseph is very, very happy with your work. He's very, very pleased that your work is that you have learned how to handle yourself on a boat. You haven't destroyed the boat, and in fact, you even saved it. It nearly got burnt in the last session. Oh, that's a point, Francesco. You are injured, aren't you? You got shot with a crossbow in the arm. Yep. And we'll say over the 4 days, that's enough time to heal everything up. Yeah. As we don't technically have a healer in the party, but 4 days is definitely enough to heal it. Like a good night's sleep is you do a heal roll, which is based on intelligence and willpower, I think. So you roll that, you get I can't remember, but you get a load of success levels, and it's really easy to heal up overnight.
Yeah.
It's also really easy to die. But yeah, so Joseph is really, really happy with your work, and he gives you 14 shillings each for the work that you've done. Because it's been a 7-day trip, and you are paid 2 shillings a day to work on the boat. So you now have 14 shillings each. And access to a career, which is kind of cool.
14 shillings. Wow, I'm rolling in it.
Yeah, you should all have a fair bit of money now.
I'm on 41 shillings total.
Ooh. Buy yourself well, it's about 2 gold, so not very much, but you can almost buy yourself a sword.
Well, I already have one. Yeah, I will be thinking of shopping, but we'll get there. We'll get there when we're in boat.
There's opportunities for shopping and fun things in a bit. So yeah, as you do arrive, Joseph is like, oh, I think I turned him into a country bumpkin last time, so we'll kind of continue with that theme. All right, me ladies and me lads, we're here in Bogenhafen, and I've got to go off to the people over there to kind of like deal with the boat and things, and like set up, like visit me contacts to get all the wine off and get paid for that, and then bring in all the not courtiers, what are they called? Oh crap, what are they actually called? Steve doers, that's the word. Bring in the Steve doers to get off all the wine and get it into the festival and stuff. I'm going to be around for a few days, kind of getting new stock and stuff. So you can stay on the boat if you want, but there's some really fine little pubs over in Bogenhafen, and I really do recommend that you kind of head over to the Schaffenfest, because you can hear it going on at the moment already. So, and yeah,
Yes.
as it pulls in, you can hear kind of in the distance, kind of like music playing and kind of like revelry going on within the town, and there's quite a lot of people hanging around. But yeah, okay.
All right. Well, thanks for the trip down the river. And the money, of course. Thank you. And
Yes.
if you need any work done on the way back up, you just let me know.
Yes, you've been very helpful, Klaus. You haven't. I've been seeing the way that you've been learning to handle that sword. Your master there, he's been a very good teacher. Even if you did give him a bit of a slap in the first couple of lessons, we will not talk about that one.
Klaus, mine here, and I give Klaus my bags to carry. I just dump them on him.
Ooh, yes, my lord.
What actually brought you? What actually brought you down on the boat with me then? Why did you actually want to come down to Bogenhafen? And I know I suggested that like the festival's going on. It's really, really good. I do recommend you do it. There's like a livestock market down there. There is some jousting going on. There is like, I don't know, there's a wrestling ring. I'm sure you, Francesco, you'd love to be involved in that wrestling. I can see you getting right down and dirty in there with those big boys.
I'm a duelist. I'm not a ruffian, a pugilist.
Oh, okay. Maybe don't get in the wrestling ring then. These are like really big blokes. I like.
We're here on business. We had to leave, and of course the working for you has been a delight.
Oh, it's been a delight having you on. It's nice having some extra hands every now and then. I've only usually got the two down there who they're getting on a bit. They're not that great, but they do what they do, and it's nice having them on. So yeah, as I say, I'm going to leave in a couple of days. So if you are looking for some more work, maybe in a couple of days, do come by. I'll take you back on again. I'll be heading back up to Altdorf. So if you are around, if you've got bored of the festival or something, and you want to go back, pop down. I'll eye you on again.
Yes, I look in the direction of it. Yes, I'm sure we'll want to return to Altdorf soon. Obviously, remembering the reasons why we left so promptly.
Yes. How's Mary feeling about the idea of possibly heading back to Altdorf with her friends that she made.
I want to go to the festival and forget all about it.
Cool. So yeah, Joseph just says
that is not something she's interested in doing right now.
they were perfectly nice and friendly.
Yeah, nice and friendly.
Cool. Right. So so Joseph just says, "Yep, cool. I'm going to go off and do things. You go off and do what you need to do." As I don't know if I'm not looking at the screen, but in one of the things there is obviously the map of Bogenhafen. It's actually next to me.
Yep.
So that's the map of Bogenhafen, the town there. You are obviously on the docks, on the river. If you look kind of, it's at the bottom right corner of it, and you see outside the wall, there's like tents and things. That's where the festival is. Anybody you ask will point you in that direction. It's really easy to find. It's really noisy. Lots of people are heading that way from the roads and things. So, and as you start to maybe get off the boat and look around, there are lots of people around. It's very busy. It's very bustling. There are people of the lowest class, friends of Klaus, and there are people of the highest class. There are nobles and lords walking around, and merchants and things. There's also a couple of different races hanging around as well. There's a couple of dwarves around. You see a couple of halflings. There's one or two elves as well. Unfortunately, none that you recognise. But
I will have my big hat and cloak on that I bought in Altdorf, and my Talian mask, knowing that I could well be considered to be a relation to someone in this place.
Mm-hmm. And also, there will be people from other lands there as well. So you'll probably see some people in Tiliengard. There'll be some not Norse. There'll be no Norskans here because they'll probably stab you. There'll be some people from Kislev. There'll be some Bretonians walking around. It is the biggest festival in the Reich. It is a grand event. So, what do you want to do as a group? Obviously, we've got the festival. You've obviously got this issue with Francesco looking like somebody that you might want to kind of look at. So, it's up to you. There's lots you can do, as I say.
Right now, Miss Mary, you need to stick next to me, because Graham told me that in the city, there's people what will take your money, and they call them tax officers. So you just stick next to me. I'll keep an eye open for them.
Okay, Klaus. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking around to see if I can see any sort of was the dude that we found that looked like Francesco, was he wearing a crest at all? Like some sort of family crest?
I think he was wearing kind of he was well dressed in robes, but there was no kind of family crest or anything. All you've got really from him is those two documents.
Okay. And there's no seal or crest on those either?
Not really, other than the name of the lawyers, Lock, Stock and Barrel, and their address.
And I think that's where we should go first.
You don't think we should maybe go check out the festival first? Just get that out of the way. That lad's got a pig's bladder. It's all blown up on a stick.
I agree with that, because I think we need to get a better lay of the land here, Francesco, before we start walking in.
Fine. We do we not also have that advert for work with someone that's based in Bogenhafen, or was that?
That was the
You got
that
an advert
he
for
was
someone.
traveling down.
Yeah, so the advert was for a job with somebody who lived in Altdorf.
Oh yeah.
Job was they'd already left to Bogenhafen to do the jobs. They'd already hired somebody else on.
Because we had used this as a reason to go down here
Yes.
as our main reason.
Then
I say very pointed.
I think we just follow the crowd, and I guess we head into the main town center and likely find some lodgings while we leave Gertrude? No. Mike's character. Yes, Gertrude.
Yeah.
To deal with
Gertrude.
his mule.
Oh yeah, maybe
Yes.
Jill
Yes,
doesn't
Jill-
want to come
Jill.
off the boat.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find my version of the map of Bogenhafen, and I can't find it because it has names of places on it, and yours doesn't. But yeah, as you start walking through through the city, you kind of get a feeling that there's very much an air of jubilation and joy within the city, and it is quite a happy-go-lucky kind of atmosphere. There are a couple of pubs around, so I can't actually find my version of the map. It's 100 and something. It will be down actually in A Guide to Bogenhafen. That'll be where it is.
Makes sense.
So yeah, so you can kind of walk around, get a feel for the town. Most of the people who are there either seem to be coming back into town from outside, looking maybe to find their lodgings, or heading out to the festival. So I'm going to say it's probably about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon you've arrived. Some of the people coming back will have children with them who've got pigs' bladders on sticks walking around that have been blown up. They've got undescribed meat on a stick. Some of them are running around with a cabbage the size of their head. There'll be a few noblemen and rich people walking around kind of scoffing at all the young kids getting underfoot. There'll be a few street urchins trying to sell wares to people. Everybody make me a challenging perception check.
Oh man, we're about to get robbed.
Where's the sodding map?
A 22, so 1 success level.
Oh,
I've lost by 3 success levels.
ooh.
I lost by 1 success level because Klaus was thinking about that pig's bladder. Because where there's pig's bladders, there's pigs.
Oh no, it's only 2. Sorry, math was wrong. 2 success levels, not 3.
Okay. Why is the map not in a sensible place here? So yeah, as you're walking around, Francesco, you being from outside of the Empire, and you keep your wits about you as you're walking around, and you start seeing these street urchins walking around. You're like, yeah, they're not the nice type of street urchins. They're going to be the ones who are going to look for the easy marks. So you kind of you throw your cloak off one shoulder and you have your pistol on show, maybe putting it off because you've obviously got a pistol now. Klaus, obviously you're distracted by the pig's bladders. You're like pigs, and you fail to notice a street urchin walking slowly up beside you, and you lose 4 pennies. 4 whole pennies.
How dare he?
How dare he? Yes, and Mary, you start making notes in your notebook because you're walking around going, "Oh, this is actually quite cool. Never been to a festival like this. There's so many different people here that you kind of looking at all the stories and things." And you get pocketed for only 2 pennies. These kids, they're not like the best pickpockets in the world, and they also know that if you take too much money, people start taking notice. So, a penny from each person, you get 100 pennies. Whereas if you take 100 pennies from one person, it's more likely to be noticeable. They're not stupid. These kids, they're quite wise. But yeah, so you kind of you lose a little bit of money, but you walk into the center of the town and it's all fine. But yeah, so there is actually I do know this, even though I can't find the map of the bloody town. There is a ring, like the merchant's quarter, kind of near the center, called, I think, the Altstad or the Edelring. And there are loads of pubs and merchant houses around there. They look like places that Francesco and Mary would get into. Kind of a little bit like that place that you went to in Weisbrook, maybe, where they might just throw Klaus in the stables at the back.
Klaus is okay with that.
I'll be doing my best to. My Chilean accent is stronger than ever because I'm trying to make sure that I don't get like pegged for being that person that apparently I look like.
Yeah. See, I think it's the alt stuff, not the the Edelring is where all the noble houses and merchant houses are, not where the pubs are.
Right. So Mary, where should we find lodgings? It is I think given why we are here in Bogenhafen, I think it would be best to maybe appear to be the person that I am. Maybe we should stay at somewhere a little bit more fancy compared to where we have had lodgings before.
I would say yes, but I would also say to try and maybe get away from the festival too. So find like an inn that's higher up, but also away from the festival.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a name of a pub and I can't find it. So there's a couple of pubs. There's the Half Moon Tavern. There is the
what's the nicest pub in town?
Or something like that as well.
We want the nicest pub in town.
You want the nicest pub in town. You'll be looking to go to the outside and you'll be looking at about 10 shillings a night.
Okay, maybe not quite the nicest pub in town.
Yeah. So Bogenhafen
the
is
cheapest room in the nicest pub. How much is the cheapest room in the nicest pub?
Bogenhafen, because obviously it's festival season, and so
I got to jack those prices up.
Has gone up in price. Obviously, Joseph did say that you could stay on his boat. So you do have that option.
I don't think that's going to really work to our plans, though, because he already knows who we are. So, we need to present as this, whatever his name is. Can't remember.
It's on the thing that you have.
Yeah.
Begins with a K. I can't remember his name. But yeah,
okay, so I would
Wilhelm.
I would like to play the Mardi Gras rule where you get a decent hotel outside of the festival area. So there's still a walk, but there's a separation there.
So
from the common folk and the other people.
Yeah, if you have a look at the map of Bogenhaven, unfortunately, the nice area of town is kind of on the inside of the city wall, near where the festival is. And if you go further out and further north, you end up in the it gets a little bit iffier, and you certainly can stay there, and there's nothing going to stop you. You just might not keep all your belongings.
Well, that's
So-
fine by Klaus. He doesn't have any. So
All right. Well, no, that's problematic for certain things that we have that we need. All right. I guess if we're going to be staying, we're going to be staying somewhere close then.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to have to
haggle.
I have money I can help pay for our stay here. I would much rather, even if it's for like 2 or 3 nights.
Yeah.
I think they'd be worth it.
Also,
just to keep up that appearance.
If you kind of want to find a place, you can do a haggle roll to kind of get one room for the 4 of you for a cheaper price for 3 days, or we can work something out with the prices there. There are multiple.
I'm good at haggling.
Say, it's a shame Mike's not here because isn't that like his main skill?
Pretty much.
Also, yeah, I think Mary has the
yeah.
ability to
I have a
talk.
pretty high score in haggle, so
Yeah.
how high is pretty high?
39.
Okay, it's higher than my 34.
Yeah, mine's
We'll make
38.
We'll make it an average, so plus 20 to that.
Okay.
Because you will spend time walking around finding places and actually picking the right pub. And if you whiff it, I'm going to make you stay in a certain pub.
All right, I am going to. Can I? Oh man, because I still lost even with that. My dice are rolling high today. Can I spend something to re-roll?
Yes, fortune. You can spend a fortune to re-roll it.
I will spend a fortune because this is going towards our goals for what we want to accomplish here. That is so much better. Okay. I succeed by 3.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so you managed to, luckily, as you're walking around the Altstad area of Borgenhafen, you managed to find a pub where they've literally just thrown out a drunk nobleman who's had far too much entertainment in the beer tents of the festival, and he has caused some issues for them, and they've just thrown him out. And so a room has opened up for you. The room has already, even though he kind of let slip that the room has already been paid for, but will only give it you. He'll give it you a discounted rate. So he'll say it's 20 silver shillings for 3 nights for the 4 of you in one room. So a total of 20 silver shillings, whereas usually it would be 10 per person per night.
Okay.
But the room has
I will cover that. I got it.
You mean I get to sleep indoors?
Yes, boy. You get to sleep indoors.
There's only 3 beds though.
Well, that's Klaus on the floor then.
Yeah, so you find yourself, and it's quite a nice inn. It's not as nice as the one that you went into Weisbrook. There's a little bit more roundy, a little bit more fun, but there's also kind of, because it's festival season, there are lots of different people coming and going. It is noisier, it is friendlier. The room opposite you has a dwarf in it, and you can hear them snoring already as they sleep off their alcohol. Downstairs in the lounge room, there's a few noblemen speaking to a Bretonian, sipping some Bretonian brandy as they take a meat platter, whatever they're called, a charcuterie. There we go, that's the word. And then there's the bar area where you've got kind of like your middling level of merchants they've got like Joseph, but rather than being drunk boatmen, they're actually trying to be successful merchants and bragging about themselves. So it's quite a nice place. No one really seems to pay much attention to Klaus or you three. So you now have a place to stay.
Good.
We shall call it the River's Arms.
Okay.
So yeah, you have a place to stay for
Ominous
3
at
days.
all. All right, cool. Should we go wander? Should we eat here? Should we try to get some festival food?
Hmm.
Would that meat on a stick look like it could do a treat?
Let's get meat on the stick for the boy.
Okay. While we are out, I'm not going to be like actively looking or paying attention. I just want to get like a general feel for how the city flows and how the residents in the city kind of interact with each other.
Okay.
So that I can kind of get a good basis off of like how to further conversation.
Okay. So yeah, as you kind of start walking towards the festival, to get into to get to the festival itself, you have to leave via the East Gate. And as you leave via the East Gate, then you end up in the Carnival Festival, all the tents and things. But as you're walking around, it's hard really to tell kind of who the actual residents of the city are. There are so many people from outside. There are some quite clear residents who are looking very naffed off at all these foreigners coming into their town and hiking the prices up and grumbling about the prices of things that usually cost half this when they're not around and stuff. Then you've obviously got the merchants and the landlords and stuff who are just like, yes, money, money, money. But there's just such a vast mix of people. And at the moment, it seems it's like the first day of the festival, so everybody's in a very good mood. But the kind of one of the key things you kind of notice though is there is a lot of watchmen around. More than you would expect in a normal city. So if you all make perception checks on this one, this will be challenging. So +0.
Yeah, no successes. Like massively fail.
Same. I'm getting new dice. My dice have suddenly decided they want to roll high today.
I rolled the exact number of my perception. I got a 24.
So Klaus is apparently the only one who realizes, having never really been in a city like this before or a situation like this before, that half the city watch appear to not know what the fuck they're doing. So there's half a city watch there who look like they're probably from the military and state militia and stuff, and they look standing tall and straight and glaring evilly at people. And then there's just like another half of them who are just kind of like knobby knobs from Discworld and stuff, kind of leaning against the wall, picking their nose, scratching their ears, and just not really paying any attention, like they're not actually really the city watch.
Klaus will point this out. Here, what's that little fellow over there doing? He's got the breastplate and everything. He looks the part, but he's not doing much.
They seem overwhelmed, maybe drunk.
And there's a few that are drunk, yeah.
This is maybe this.
They
is
may
a
be
good...
short hires.
Yes, definitely.
You
Mercenaries
think they have
and
seasonal help in the guard?
they could easily be that, or they could be soldiers of the Reich who clearly have no mind for such boring work when they are more used to patrolling the Reichland and slaying orcs.
Can I see if the two groups are intermingling? Like the ones who are actually town guard, do they have, these little trainee schlub guys with them, or is it town
There's
guard over here and schlub guys over here?
there's a little there is intermingling. So you'll see patrols walking around where there's like groups of people who are well trained walking around. There's groups of people who are obviously not well trained walking around, and then there are groups where there are mixed.
Okay, so it's not some giant con job going down where they're pretending to be town guardsmen so they can, rob the
You
mill
don't
or whatever.
know that. Some of them could well be running a con job. This is Warhammer after all, so it's more than likely there's a few people in there running a con job. But you don't know, you can't tell. It does look like they are all kind of working together. The ones who look like they kind of probably don't know what they're doing so much have kind of older, more beaten, rusty armor, as if they've just been given scraps to just quickly kind of maybe cover them and make them look official.
Short hires, brand new recruits that just got thrown in. That'd be my guess.
I mean, if they survive the festival season, then they might be hired on full time, but don't
They might be
expect
hired on
it.
full time.
If they
Don't
survive the
expect
festival season with you lot going to the festival, then they might be hired, yes.
We've
Yeah,
all
cool.
had
Is that a
job.
challenge accepted, I hear?
I'm sure you can't do worse than the last lot I had run this.
So anyway, what things are going on in the festival?
Yeah, so as you get to the east gate, sorry, as you get to the east gate and you kind of go through it and you start to see the spread of things going around. As you've been walking around, you've heard obviously things going off, and Joseph obviously told you a few things. That there's obviously a livestock market. There's the wrestling ring. There's jousting. He mentioned, excuse me, something called Dr. Malthusius's Zoocopia. You get the usual things like medicine shows, fortune shows, all sorts of carnival games going on as well. There's beer tents, there's food tents. But as you kind of come through the main gate into the festival, the first thing that you come across is quite a few guards surrounding an area on the opposite side. So as you go through, the main festival kind of goes off to your right, and on the left-hand side there is this big white tent, and it says Festival Court across the top of it. There's guards around it, and there's some stocks outside of there. And you do notice there's a poor dwarf stuck in the docks. And it's got a sign underneath it which just says like drunken irresponsible dwarf. And there's people throwing crap at the dwarf.
Klaus, enjoy yourself.
Yeah, Klaus needs to find the rotten produce booth.
1 second then.
I'm gonna actually give Klaus 2 silver to spend at the festival.
Wow.
Careful, you're gonna buy Klaus right out of this party.
Yeah. And so as you hand Klaus some money, some more of these urchins notice. They walk up to Klaus and like, "Here, Gov. We got some like spare rotten veg over there if you want. We can certainly, if you throw us a little bit, we can give you some rotten veg. You can earn it as hard as you like at that little stupid drunk dwarf over there. It's great fun. We got rotten tomatoes. We got rotten potatoes. There's even some non-rotten potatoes. They're real special. They are proper black eye making stuff. Tell you what, if you got a little bit of money, we'll give you a load of them as well."
How much for say 5 pennies?
"We're not giving you pennies."
No, I'm giving you pennies and you're selling me.
Oh, 5
Produce.
pennies. Well, for 5 pennies, 1 second. Well, 5 pennies, what we can do? Well, I got this half a carrot.
Oh, you can keep your half a carrot. No, I'm good, thanks. I'll go find someone else.
Come on, Klaus, let's go spend it on some actual food.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
As you kind of walk off, and the dwarf just kind of follows you forlornly with its slowly glazed, drunken eyes, just watching you as you don't actually throw stuff at it. And it looks a little bit surprised that you're not throwing stuff at it. You're one of the few groups of people who don't. But as you kind of start walking past, you suddenly hear a cry of "Stop him!" And this halfling just bolts through in between all the three of you and just bolts straight into the festival. And you see two guards coming, kind of slightly jogging down from the festival court tent and running away, trying to chase him.
Well, good luck to them.
Yeah, like we are trying not to get noticed.
Fair enough.
Do you think we should help the guard? Maybe we could
Klaus,
trip that
you
little
said
guy.
you were hungry, and I am hungry too.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's go get some food.
Apparently, there is good wine here, if Stefan is to be believed. But I did hear in Wissenbrook, did they not say Stefan's wine is piss? So it would be good to find out if there is some better wine here.
Well, they would know there in Steffenbrook, wouldn't they?
I think. I mean, would they have like different types of wine here? I would assume they'd have different types.
Oh yes, yes.
of wine.
It
yeah.
seems to be quite the cornucopia of alcohol.
So yeah, I think we could probably try to find some like different types of wine too for, specific regions.
Yes,
That might
I'm
be a good thing
thinking
to
we go
visit.
speak to. There must be some Chileans somewhere.
As you are saying this, the dwarf actually shouts up from the stocks. If you get me out of here, I'm not going to try and. All my characters are going to sound exactly the same today.
Yorkshire. Dwarves are from Yorkshire, aren't they?
I was going to say Scotland, but I don't. I've got really bad accents, and yeah. Right, mate. I'm going to be from Birmingham today. From Birmingham. Right. I know where you can get some lovely wine. It's my local people. This accent is going way beyond where Birmingham is. I'm not sure where this is going. I apologise to everybody. Well, I know where to get the wine from. In my accent, I'm just a little bit drunk, so I don't know quite what I'm doing. But if you free me, you know that I can get you some wine. I know where all the best alcohol is in this place.
Surely you've been put in stocks for a good reason, Master Dwarf.
Because I know where
Says
all
right
the
there.
good wine is, and I know where all the good alcohol is. This is my only problem.
Is there a guard nearby? I'd like to know what the dwarf has done to warrant being put in stocks.
He's got a little sign. He was drunk and
Is that
disorderly.
it? Just because he was
Yeah,
drunk?
this song says just drunk and disorderly.
Ugh.
How long have you been in the stocks?
This time, milady, I've been here for maybe half an hour.
We need a
okay.
guide.
Anyway, it's a festival.
How much would it be to get them out?
Well, if
Coming
you
out of
speak to the
Gertrude's chair.
guards, they'll be back in a minute with what's his face, that little halfling thing. I think his name is Lucky or something. I can't remember. If you speak to them, it's only 2 shillings. That'll be free. That'll free me up. And then I can guide you around. I will not charge you for the guiding. I will not charge you for anything. And I will be muchly grateful.
Klaus, why don't you go get those corn-covered schnitzel, and we wait for the guards to release this dwarf.
Sounds like a good idea.
Oh, you are most wonderful. I don't understand your accent, sir. Where are you from? It is not one of these harsh Reichland accents.
No. I am.
Your big funny nose. You have a
I'm,
big funny nose.
I'm Italian. I am from the south.
From the other side of the Grey Mountains.
Indeed.
I am not from the Grey Mountains. I am Nothing. I'm fine, everybody. And yes, okay. Klaus disappears to go and buy himself a pretzel at the moment, as we just wait for other things to happen there. So yeah, the dwarf just kind of starts randomly talking to you while you're waiting for the guard. He seems quite happy that you are going to be helping him get out at the moment. And yeah, so it'll take maybe 5-10 minutes for the guards to come back looking very, very grumpy that they've not caught the halfling, and muttering about how he's managed to escape. But yeah, so as they come back, it's like, oh, those stupid halflings, like too small. You can't catch the buggers when they start running between people's legs. If you want to speak to them, you can try and free the dwarf.
Yeah, we'll speak.
Oh,
to
he's
the
introduced.
guards.
The dwarf has also introduced himself
Yeah, what's
as
his name?
Gottfried.
Gottfried.
Tree. Okay.
Wait, so his name is Gottfried and you didn't have him speak like Gilbert Gottfried? You messed up here, man. Ugh.
I'm not great with accents. You might have noticed.
No, you're fine. I'm just giving you a hard time.
God. This drunken oaf here.
Yeah. What about him?
Would it be okay if we pay for his release?
Yeah, whatever. He'll be back in here in a couple of hours anyway. If you want to take him off,
We
him
will
off.
endeavour to ensure he causes no more trouble to you.
I will hold
At
you
least
to
for
that
today.
Yes.
That's I feel that's fair. He's starting to smell the place up a little bit. So yeah. He's like, what? I don't know, 2 shillings. That'll do.
Yes. 2 shillings. I hand over the coins.
Yeah, right. He's your problem now. He may have seemed all nice and sweet and innocent when I was in the stocks, but well, you know what dwarves are like. And he just walks off. As he walks off and Gottfried is now free, he kind of stumbles over to Francesco, because you are the one who has just paid for the release. You fell for me routine. I am not that kind of posh dwarf thing. Yeah, I've now gone pirate. But yeah, it's so great that you freed me. You're like my best friend now. And he just kind of latches on to Francesco. It's like, you are now his best friend. And he stinks.
Yeah, I
Covered in rotten food.
I shift his arm off me. If you wish to be friendly with someone, the boy is maybe more interested in learning about your people and where to drink.
And he lets out a massive belch onto you, into your face, and goes, all right, yeah, you look like a good lad. And lets out a massive fart as well, and he's just turned into the most horrible, annoying character you can probably imagine. And walks up to Klaus. You look like a good lad. What's your name, sir?
I'm Klaus.
Oh, Klaus, you look like a good lad. You look like you know how to have a drink. Let's go have a drink. Yeah, I can show you the sights and get you drunk. Let's go. Yeah, come on.
Are we responsible for him now?
I ain't leaving you. You like my bestest people now. You freed me from those stocks. You are my bestest people. I am not leaving you at all. I am staying with you and looking after you and making sure you have the bestest time ever. And he kind of gets you all into a group hug and kind of starts walking you into the festival.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, I have to leave now. You may have heard that alarm go off a minute ago. That is my emergency work alarm. And they're calling me back into work. I'm so sorry, guys and gals. And all the fans at home. I'm so sorry.
Well, hopefully everything's all right for you at work.
Nothing's on fire, but it's what they consider an emergency. So I have to go take care of some stuff. Sorry.
Okay, we will see. We will have a short break and see
we'll pause it then. Yeah.
we can do we're still waiting for Mike to turn up, so we will pause there for now. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. I mean, we'll see. Even if we've got anyone that's willing to play at last minute, we've got random character sheets lying around, haven't we? So
yeah, we've got the sheets from some of our playtesting
yeah, it
stuff.
could be
so
someone we could have someone nice at the festival we meet. Anyway, we will break there for now. We'll be back in a bit. Okay. All right. See you guys.
See you later.
Right. Okay. Let us see what we can do. That's right. I'm gonna pop over to Gehenna Gaming General and be like, alert. If you were watching the stream, Chigg had to leave on an emergency call. Who would like to pop into the game as a random character? It's a festival, so it is dead easy to just get in on it. Yeah, for the Wow. It's just it's just Chigg's working it. Yeah. That's the wrong. No, I don't know how to. I don't know which bot they use to do that. No. Just seeing. Let me see if there's anyone. Who do I potentially know that could pop into a game? Sure. No one there. Yeah, there should be plenty on the Darker Days drive, I think, somewhere from demos. We should have. Yeah. Human Rat Catcher's always the classic to drop in. Yeah. Let me see. Oh, there's an alert there. Oh, Mike's almost back. Oh, okay. That's good. No. Yeah, I had to fucking getting drilling holes into my walls is insane because they're just like solid bricks from 1907, I think. So they've just they're just like they're engineered bricks basically, from what I've understood from my dad. So they would have just got harder and harder and harder over the years because that's what happens with concrete. So that's why I've had to fork out for a proper SDS drill, which can like hammer into it. Yeah, Chigg fell down a K hole. So yeah, I've got a new power drill arriving on Tuesday, so I can finally finish putting something up on the walls. And yeah, I thought sod it, because lockdown's not disappearing anytime soon. I'm certainly not expecting to go back into the office before before the end of this year. I would totally refuse at this rate, even with the vaccination program. No. And by October they'll still want to keep it to just students, because again they're going to be really careful. So that's why I thought, fuck it, I'm going to buy a 4K TV because my TV is like 10 years old. So and then I can stream from Google Stadia in 4K. Ooh. Wow. Canada or Europe as well, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. That'll be great. Not gonna lie, if you move to... Yeah, not gonna lie. If you move to Germany, I'll be visiting because Germany's great. Hmm. No, I was in Bochum. So that's West Germany. Mm. Oh right, yeah, it's south of Frankfurt. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because Bochum's near Dortmund. But yeah, I do want to go on holiday to Germany again. If we can get there, because goddamn Brexit. Fucking hell. It's an absolute fucking nightmare. Hmm. So yeah, I'm now into the I'll be doing this week I'm going to probably start doing the setting development for this war game. So we've got artists and miniatures designers lined up. So I just need to do some more setting stuff because that's what I can do. So that's good. It's going to be a bit crazy because this will go to Kickstarter and hmm. But yeah, Virtual Horrorcon's shaping up, slowly. Um, it is getting there. Yeah. Because you're on a few panels, aren't you, Crystal? Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because we can get it out there. Because like I know Chigg and Mike have got something they want to finish editing, so I can put it in layout. Yeah, that would be good to do. Where am I? There we go. Yeah. And we're back. Yes, so unfortunately we've lost Chigg because he has work commitments, but we are joined by Mike, who has finally made it all the way back through the snow.
Lives in
And
Kislev.
I guess we will meet Gertrude somewhere in the festival.
Yeah, Klaus has been dragged off by Gottry to find the closest cheap beer tent. And Gertrude has managed to convince Jill to get off the boat and has rejoined you in the festival. So,
Yeah, Jill comes running up and says, "Oh, geez, thanks. I mean, sorry, I took so long. I think Jill might be a bit of an ass.
but also Jill ran up.
Gertrude
Jill?
runs up. Yeah,
She's like,
sorry.
Jill runs up and says, Jill's a bit of an ass.
Yep. Okay, my bad.
It's Warhammer.
Gertrude runs up. Yeah.
Donkey's talk. It's all good.
Knew what you meant.
Yeah. Yes. Klaus has gone off with a floral fellow.
Laurel?
To enjoy the beer on offer in the festival.
Okay.
Very aromatic.
Obviously, Francesco's wearing his cape, hat, and mask because he doesn't want to be recognised whatsoever at this point, and is sounding more Tullian than ever.
Yeah, and there's obviously here there's lords, nobles, low people. There's a load of urchins running around. Oh, that's a point. Make me a perception roll, Mike. Yeah, because you have to suffer this as everybody else did.
Ooh, I definitely failed by a couple degrees of failure.
How many?
Uh-oh. This isn't going to be good. 3.
Okay. You have lost 22 pennies.
Oh my gosh, this is the second time I've been pickpocketed in this campaign.
Yeah, you were too busy trying to catch up with everybody and try to enjoy the joys of the festival, and try and find them. So you were just not paying attention as this little street urchin just walked past and swiped you. Somehow the Tillian, who is walking around with a pistol on show, has not been pickpocketed. I can't even say the word. Everyone else, however, who is used to living in the Reichland and the Empire is like, yeah, no, it's just a normal thing that happens here. Take my money, I don't care. So,
Oh, Gertrude cares. She's furious right now.
Yeah.
I worked hard for those
Obviously-
22 pennies.
yeah, you've also obviously just gained 14 shillings as well. So,
So where's
yeah.
the nearest stall that's clearly selling Tullian wine?
Make me a challenging perception check, because there are many stalls selling many things, and some of them claim to be many things.
I get a 15.
Whether they are the thing, a 15. Oh, you are walking down.
Success.
Yep, cool. You are walking down the main thoroughfare of the festival, and having had some bad experiences, especially in Weisburg, where you kind of like, yes, this is wine. This is a good one. You've now learned a little bit more about how the Reichland behaves with its wine. Joseph has taught you a few things on the boat about them, and you see a few names that Joseph has mentioned, and you're like, yes, these are the places that will sell it. So you can find a few if you want to go off and buy yourself a glass, a jar, a jug, a barrel. You can buy pretty much any quantity of wine that you want to buy. And then there are wine tents, there are wine tasters, there are places which will do cheese and wine and fortified cheese and meats and wine. It's like every kind of level that you want. There's also places that will sell you piss in a bottle if you want. So up to you.
I basically want to find somewhere that's Tullian, authentic, and to go gossiping with the locals. Well, the not so local locals.
Yep, there is definitely one of those, and as you walk past, it is called the Latatoria.
Mm-hmm.
It sells some Tillian food. It sells proper Tillian wine. There's everyone in there is obviously Tillian. There's a few local Reichlanders who are trying to fit in, and obviously failing badly. So yeah.
I'll spend some money on wine and food for everyone.
Yeah, we'll
Okay, cool.
we'll just say 2 shillings,
Excellent.
rather than
Sweet.
work stuff out. So, everybody, make me a consume alcohol check then.
Yes.
Ooh.
It's going to be an easy because you're not easy, average plus 20. So you're not there to get drunk. So it's going to be nice and easy.
4 degrees of four levels of success.
Wow. Is Mary still struggling with her dice rolls?
Oh, I have 3 levels of failure.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Gertrude. Oh, please go ahead, Crystal.
No. Go right ahead.
Oh, Gertrude got. She failed, but has 0 degrees of failure.
Gertrude is mildly tipsy, but is still sociably able.
Yeah.
Murray, however, does not know how to handle her wine, apparently.
Mari. Oh, what a wonderful place and great wine, but we can't have Francesco over here getting drunk as a lord. We need him to. We need to get that inheritance, especially with Klaus gone.
That's why we're here, Gertrude. It's so that we can kind of get a feel as to how everything goes around.
Oh, okay, great.
However,
But I'm really.
you are very, very drunk. You are actually not whispering this. You think you are, and the entire tent hears exactly what you are saying.
So
Francesco
it's like
walks off into the general crowd of Tillians and tries to fit in by speaking Tillian and looking like he's got nothing to do with these two.
Yeah,
Why?
a lot of the Tillians, they all have the masks on as well, and they're all very, very prim and proper. So it's very much a Francesco kind of bar restaurant.
I want to gossip with someone. Let's get full gossipy.
Yeah, just give me a second while I find the gossip page.
Excellent.
So while I find the gossip page, if Gertrude and Mary want to have a quiet conversation.
Mari, what's he doing? He's speaking with that accent. He's not. I thought he was practicing his Reich spiel.
He knows what he's doing, I think. I'm not sure what he's doing, but he's doing something. And it
what he's doing? Mari, he's gonna blow our cover.
Well, I mean, no more so than Klaus does.
Mari, that's a great point. That's a great point right there. I mean, when you got Klaus around, you can't be sneaky, can't be stealthy. You can smell him from a mile away.
The dwarf smells worse.
Ooh, good thing I never met the dwarf.
I don't. You know, Gertrude, I think maybe we should go shopping. Do you want to go for a walk?
Yeah. Although, instead of shopping, maybe we should do some selling. I've got 16 hats I need to get rid of. I mean, sell to some very fine people in this town.
There's a lot of Tillians who want some wide brim hats. While you're having this conversation, Chris, Francesco, make me an easy gossip check, please.
Wow. 1 degree of success.
1 degree of success. Cool. So let me see. Give me a number 6. The Emperor has turned his back on the colleges of magic. That's why he's commissioned the Imperial Engineers School to build his new messenger towers. It's about time the Emperor saw sense and got rid of those witches.
Well, it sounds like sense to me. We don't have wizardry like that in Talia.
Yeah, so it's obviously Chilia doesn't deal with the colleges of magic, but it's kind
No.
of talking about these messenger towers and things and new technologies and stuff. So it's all a bit weird, and everybody's a little bit, ooh, this is strange, and this is kind of the Empire's weird. You've got weird technology, and you deal with magics and stuff. So
I'm going to bring up in conversation about Lock, Stock, and Barrel. If anyone has had any dealings with these lawyers.
how to... Most of the people there don't want to talk business.
Mm-hmm.
So they're there to they'll talk rumors and they'll talk about the Empire, but anything where you start to try and dig for information about something specific, they just kind of like they don't want to hear it. They're there to have fun and talk shit, basically. And it's not because they don't know anything. You can't really tell. They just don't want to talk business. They just want to talk shit about the Empire.
Yeah, okay. I'll just talk shit about the Empire as well. I'll.
You make me another consume alcohol check because they start
Excellent.
plying you with alcohol because they like you drinking. This is going to be challenging.
Oh yeah, I massively fail that.
Okay, you are now, much like Murray, you are now drunk. You are going to be at a difficulty on all your checks.
Yeah, it's -10 to
-10, yeah.
stats. I have to get drunk at least twice.
Once a session.
I need to fail twice in order to count as drunk and roll on the drunk table.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Can I gossip a bit more?
Yeah, but it's going to be at a -10.
Yeah.
There's loads of stuff here that they can talk about.
So that's 2 degrees of success.
Right. Excuse me. The Duke of Midwold was found swinging from the high oak of the Blutal, his eyes pecked free by ravens. His people hung him for having Ulrican sympathies after he returned from Altdorf with 3 new wolfhounds. So that's that one. Ulrich, so for the people who are not aware, Ulrich or Ulrican is the god of the northern part of the empire, really. He's kind of like the wolf god, is the original god of Sigmar himself, who is the god of the humans within the empire. And there's a bit of a beef between the two cults of Sigmar and Ulrich. So basically a very, very kind of Nordic wolf god.
Very Odin to Sigmar's Mithras.
Okay, and the other one you get is the hamlet of Strust was overrun by mutants and beastmans from the forests. All that remains are piles of skulls and broken bones, and ha ha ha, Empire people died.
Yeah, mutants.
These stupid Empire people, they do not know how to fight the proper fight, and they all die. And I don't know.
Is there a
what
Bretonian nearby? I think I need
Apparently
to stab him.
It's all right. The dwarf was a Brummie, and then the accent went very, very sideways.
I'll finish up my wine and whatever cooked bread that is there and cheese, and go find the two drunkards.
You're all
Who are
drunk.
really drunk.
Gertrude's
Yeah,
not
we're all-
drunk. Gertrude's
we're
the
all
only
a
one
bit
who's not
tipsy.
drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Off you go and find them. Well, Francesco's doing this. You've had your loudish conversation. Gertrude, are you going to try and find someone to try and sell hats to?
Well, I'm just kind of following Mari at this point, who is attempting to go on a shopping spree or something.
Yep.
So you're returning the favor to what she did for you in Weisbruck and Altdorf.
Yes, sure.
Because you got drunk there, and she looked after you.
I was usually just plastered all the time in this game. Okay, Mari. Listen,
a lot of alcohol consumption in this game.
Crystal, you're kind of in the driver's seat. Where do you think we're going?
So first off, she would go and find some food because junk food.
Junk food. Okay. What kind of food does she want to eat? Again, it's a think of it like a carnival kind of thing. There's all levels of food there. There's exotic foods. There's dirty foods. There's clean foods.
Oh, I know what Gertrude's getting. Gertrude's gonna
I would say probably something like really greasy, but like you could hold pretty easy. So
Like
something fried.
Okay. I'm gonna. I'm just trying to wonder.
Is there
if
anything
is,
like
fried food? I'm guessing there'd be like greasy schnitzel.
Yeah, like
Schnitzel.
schnitzel.
Do they have like schnitzel on a stick?
Yeah.
Well, there's apparently, according to Klaus, there's a pig's bladder on a stick.
Yeah, that's balloons.
That's where I was going with it, but apparently Klaus was kind of more keen about it, and I don't know. He seemed very excited about the pig bladders on the stick. But yeah, Mary, you do find you find a schnitzel place. It certainly serves what looks like deep fried meat on a stick.
Sweet.
Make me is it what would it be? Like to kind of not get food poisoning?
Consume food check. Use consume alcohol.
Endurance?
Yeah, that's a good question. Endurance would be good, or just roll toughness.
Let's go. Let's go for endurance. Let's see if your belly has a good endurance for random fried food from a random store that you've not thought about. Remember, you are at a -10.
Oh yeah, no. I lose by 2.
Oh,
my dice are rolling so high today. All of them.
Do I want to give you the poison condition? Let me have a look what the conditions are. That just seems a bit harsh.
You want to give fatigued, maybe?
That's it. Yeah, you're fatigued.
Okay.
Again, is like another -10, unfortunately.
Ooh, we are not doing good.
Oh, so Mari is not
Mari
here like at all.
She's very
checked
drunk.
out somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, being drunk is -10 to weapon skill, ballistical agility, dexterity, and intelligence, whereas fatigue is -10 to everything.
Yeah, so you have -10 to everything because you are now food poisoned, and then because you're also drunk, you've got -10 to like dex and skill based stuff.
Fantastic. So
Find the
she's
bucket.
she's stumbling, and at this point, her words are they're slurred, but they're also kind of mashing together. There is no spaces in between her thoughts.
Okay.
Pretty much. It's also now apparently the best place that you've ever been to in your entire life.
Yep.
Is
I don't know. Have you told? I've not actually told Mike this bit, but did you tell? Are you going to have had a conversation with Gertrude as to how you got the room so cheap or not?
She probably would have said something. Yeah.
Okay,
She
I will
would-
let
she
you.
would
I will
like,
let
"Oh,
you
yeah,
have
I
this
got
conversation in your current state.
I
Then.
got this really good room for us by talking to them. That's all I had to
Good.
do. That's all I had to do. So
Well,
we
what'd
got
you talk? Gertrude? I mean, Mari.
20 shillings a night. 20 shillings, or not 20 shillings a night for all the nights. All the nights forever.
Forever?
Yes.
What kind of talking did you do?
Lots of it.
Yeesh. Okay. Well, I mean, Mari, great job. Great job. Yeah. Hey, how was your schnitzel on a stick? I got a pretzel and it was pretty good.
I don't know. It feels like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
You're looking a little green. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, I should probably go and sit down somewhere. Is there somewhere to sit down?
There's a stone wall over there.
Let's go sit down for a little bit.
Yeah, okay. Let's get you over there. Okay. All right. You're doing good.
Okay.
Mari, I'm really proud of you. Doing a lot of talking. Doing a lot of writing.
She goes and sits down, well, tries to sit down on the wall, slides off the wall, and would probably lean over and throw up from the sudden drop of elevation.
Oh, jeez. Gertrude's been through this before, and she knows quickly to grab Mari's hair.
Yep. Looking after each other. I like it.
Sure, you're
is
such a
Francesco
good
with you?
friend.
Yeah.
Francesco's watching this from a distance.
Lightly swaying.
Yeah. Just no. Francesco, in fact, though, because he's slightly happy from drinking and talking to his fellow Talians as he exits the tent. Yeah, I mean, I've got the dice pool for it. Screw it. Let's go. Let's try and chat up some noble Reichland lady that's walking by.
Okay.
Yeah.
A rather regal lady walks past. She's got some servants with her. Every now and then, when there's a puddle, she makes one of them lie down in the puddle, and walks over them, hoiking her skirts up over her, just showing the tops of her ankles. She's very, very finely decked out, jewels and things around.
I'll reach out my hand to help her step over the puddle, and say my best Reichspiel, and then also work in something about how she's as some bit of poetry that he knows. So using my classical language talk to basically charm her.
I was going to say, you have learnt Reichspiel now as well, haven't you?
Yes, yeah, I've got Reichspiel. I can read and write Reichspiel. I've always known how to speak it.
Okay, so it's kind of multiple things that you're doing here.
It's a charm roll.
It is a charm roll, but you are using your ability to speak classical as well.
Mm.
So I'm going to give you this as an average. I always get those two confused.
Okay.
An average, so plus 20. Easy's plus 30 or plus 40?
Plus 40.
Plus 40, yeah. No, it's an average charm roll.
That's 5 degrees of success.
Oh, thank you, dear sir. You are so kind. Why, these normal people around here, these are just like the most base people I've ever met. No one has ever offered me a hand in the way you have done.
It is the way of my people. The way of the courtiers in Varezzo.
No, she likes people apparently as well. Oh, so you're not from around here, are you? Does that mean you are? Varezzo is a place I've not heard of before. Is it like a wealthy town?
It is a.
You will literally believe it to her. So
it is a town of well-to-do merchant princes in Talia.
Princes? You are a prince from a foreign land?
I am no prince. I have yet to inherit the title.
You might have just blown that. Please make me a very difficult charm roll. You just said you are not a prince.
You said he's
succeed.
not a prince yet.
Not a prince yet. You could marry into it, remember?
Yeah, it's very nice that you are not a prince yet, but how? I don't know why she just did that.
Well, she's from Reichland.
She's got it's me just playing with my moustache, but apparently she's now got one. It's very new to me. I've only just grown this out, so I'm playing with it a lot. You are so generous in your. Oh, I'm all overcome with a flush, my dear sir. I might. Do you have something to calm my flutters with? Maybe.
I must have a handkerchief for her.
She looks at the handkerchief, goes, What's this? This is something I've never seen before. I was more talking about would you like to take me for a drink? Nod, wink, wink.
A drink maybe, or is there? You are here for the festival. Is there not some performance or actor or artiste that you are here to see?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna find something here. 1 second.
See, that's why I've gone for this. Is surely someone's going to go see some fine act, maybe some mimes.
There's but while I try and find this, if Mary and Gertrude want to have their drunken conversation, will I find the answer to this question?
They're mostly watching Francesco chat.
I was gonna say, are we watching it?
It's up to you.
It's up to you.
I'm guessing Gertrude's probably watching as Mary has probably got her head over the side of the wall now.
Yeah, I'll probably be explaining like, Francesco made a friend. A wealthy-looking friend. Oh, interesting.
Gertrude's
she's got a lot of servants.
For an angle.
Yeah, she's got a lot of servants. That's good. Mari, you doing okay down there?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. It's just, that's really sweet. Like.
Okay. Yep. Just do what you got to do. Just let it all out. Okay. Oh, yeah, she's got a little jewelry on her. Could be maybe a little aristocratic, with that many servants.
She's wearing an undercoat, several undercoats. I can see it from down here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the more undercoats you have, the wealthier you are. So, that's got to be good
it helps
for Francesco.
To keep the dirt off the overdress. That's why they do that. So,
yeah,
because it lifts the actual dress off the ground. Oh, I hope he's happy.
Well, I do too, but remember, Mari, we gotta stick to the plan here, stick to the goal of getting that inheritance.
But this could be part of the plan. You never know.
Oh, he's getting it. Oh, he's probably not even speaking any classical or any Chilean stuff over there. He's probably using his best right spiel to work his way into the aristocracy of this town, to get in with the gentry. Mm-hmm. Of course. Let's go back to
playing mind games.
Yeah.
This is even better because you missed the entire conversation as to why they're actually gone to the festival instead of looking for the money.
Perfect.
Cool.
Let's go back
I love
to,
it when people just randomly turn up and don't know stuff. Cool. Yep. Yeah. So, this lady, what should we call her? Lady.
I've got a table here of names.
Go for it. Your lady, you wanna.
Human Reichländer surnames. Let's go for Unterbaum.
Unterbaum. Lady Unterbaum. I very much thought you were going to say lady human rights then for some reason.
No.
And, Lady Unterbaum, she is very much a flutter. There were two things that I really wanted to see today. I heard of the wrestling ring and just all the sweat. Oh, the sweaty men.
Yes.
Oh, but no, I think today, there's a better class of entertainment happening today, and it is on the jousting fields. We have Grand Duke Leopold of Middenheim has come down, and his son, Primus von Bidhofen, is meant to be jousting today against the son of Graf Wilhelm von. This is a name I cannot pronounce, so I'm just going to say it in a normal voice because I'm not going to be able to do it in an accent.
Go on.
Saponatime, I want to say. But Graf, in the knowledge that you have, obviously, Grand Duke Leopold of Middenland, obviously is a Grand Duke of a very large area of the Empire, which you will have heard of. And Graf Wilhelm von Saponatime is the local liege lord of Bogenhafen and this kind of area of the Reichland. So you've got a Grand Duke coming down to hold a jousting tournament against the local liege lord. Yes, so I'm going to go and watch these two noble knights ride their massive steeds and sharp implements, and it's all a little much for the ladies.
Yes, nothing like watching two men on horses impale each other to get the blood flowing.
No, right? And she goes very pale and red cheeked. A little bit like me, because my lighting is really bad. Honest. All to do with the lighting.
I would love to watch such fine act of martial ability. I am merely a swordsman of my own caliber.
I do know on the third day of the festival they will have a grand melee as well. So it's not just going to be horses. Obviously, you've got the wrestling. That's not really your forte, but there is a grand melee. Unfortunately, normal people can't enter.
Yes, I am I simply just moved my cloak away to show my rapier. I am a duelist. I fight for the honor of people and in a court of law.
Oh, you should maybe go down to the festival court. You could stand up for some of the honor of... Actually, no, they're all commoners. Why would you
Yes,
do
indeed,
that?
they are commoners. They should all be hung for their crimes.
Yes, there was a dwarf there earlier. He was very stinky. He should definitely be hung.
Yes, I'm sure he'll be hung or hanging, I'm sure.
Apparently, someone let him free.
What fool did that? And I will follow her as she keeps talking.
Yeah. Yeah, and basically you just kind of end up having this conversation about nobility and your training in the duels and stuff. You pick up from it, though, that the joust and the grand melee, you cannot enter these. These are very much only between the two noble families, and they are there purely to show the two noble families going off. However, you can enter the wrestling if you want to.
No. I'm sure we'll find Klaus there at some point.
Maybe. There's all sorts of things that we can do within this. But yeah, so you kind of get that. Again, you get the ideas that there's all sorts of other stuff going on in the festival as well. So I'm guessing Mary and Gertrude, you're hearing this as well, unless Francesco has taken her by the hand and led her somewhere else.
I mean, I don't think we heard anything, but I'll tell Mari that, like, oh, looks like Francesco's going off on a little date or something. That's really cute. Oh, Mari, are you feeling better down there?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Good.
the ground feels really nice and cold right now.
Oh.
Like, this stone is really, really cool. I like it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll stay here for a bit, and then when you're feeling up for it, I saw there was like a wrestling match going on. Maybe we can check that out. Watch some sweaty dudes hit each other with chairs.
Klaus is definitely in for that.
Sure.
Yeah, when you're ready. No pressure.
Good.
No pressure.
All right.
So
She's gonna cuddle up against the cold stone.
what was I say? As I say, I think I said when you arrived in Bogenhafen, it was like 3:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's probably now about 9:00 in the evening, because you've gone around, you've found a pub to stay in or a tavern to stay in. You've spent quite a bit of time in the La Trattoria, speaking with people. You've now made a lady friend, Francesco. So it's getting kind of towards mid-evening time. I'm gonna say, Mary, you can make yourself another consume alcohol check. I'm just going to say it's a straight challenge roll, whatever it is, +0.
Okay.
See if you feeling any better. You've certainly evacuated enough stuff, shall we say?
Nope.
No,
I lost
she's
by
still drunk.
4 at the time.
Gertrude, you're in for a fun evening.
Oh,
You know you've reached peak Warhammer where everyone's drunk and it's all going a little bit scatological as well.
Yeah. And I also think, just for the convenience sake of things, of not having to run two separate things here, of two separate people doing different things, you're all going to go to wherever it is the same place. And I think it's probably going to be the bed. And we'll wake up in the morning.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
otherwise, it could end up with me trying to run a date with Chris, and then
well,
you two having hangover conversations.
Sure. I mean, I think eventually. I mean, Chris, do you agree that Gertrude will eventually get Mari to the hotel?
Oh yeah.
And yeah.
Oh yeah. If Mari would go anywhere where Gertrude would hurt her.
Francesco's definitely going to burst into that room partway because they will have gone back earlier than him, so he's definitely going to burst in drunk, like
maybe 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, singing in Italian, in Italian, and being obnoxious. Wondering where Klaus is.
Oh yeah. Klaus is not there.
Where is Klaus? Oh, jeez. Should I go out and look for him?
Definitely not.
Make me a fellowship check. Make me a difficult fellowship check.
Oh, what?
Okay.
Do I?
This is Gertrude because she's asking whether she wants to go out and look. Does she care?
Mari is no help here. Sorry.
No, Mari's passed out in one of the bunks.
Oh, don't worry. Gertrude fails with 6 degrees.
Oh, she falls
failure.
back asleep.
Gertrude does not give a shit about Klaus.
Should I look for Klaus?
Nah. He is already. I'm sure he has got lucky boy.
Excellent. Okay. So what am I going to do now? So yeah, you've. I'm going to say you've all gone to sleep. You've all decided you don't give a shit where Klaus is. Gertrude had this entertaining decision of you've taken Mary back to the inn. I think I called it the River's Arms. You've also just had to realise that you've not actually known where this place was, and you've had to go and also get Jill now stored Jill in the River's Arms. So you've had a really kind of an interesting evening, shall we say? And it's the next morning, and there is a little bit of a rude awakening, shall we say, because it's obviously festival season and it's loud and it's noisy and people are up in the early hours and they're looking forward and they're outside and they're chatting and they're talking and the bands are starting to play in the thing. And so as I'll say, you get woken up about maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock when the children start laughing and screaming down the street and the bands start playing and there's a march and there's the horns go off. And
is someone being obnoxiously noisy outside the window?
Many people are being obnoxiously noisy outside the window. Mostly small children.
Where's the chamber pot?
Which one?
The one that's the most full.
I'm going to say next to Mary.
I'd say at least one of them's next to Mari.
One of them is a mix. I'll just literally just say for the love of more, shut up, and just chuck the contents of the bucket out the window.
Are you going to chuck the bucket or the contents of the bucket?
Contents.
There's a lot of complaining from down below, a lot of swearing and shouting towards you, but nothing really seems to happen. It's just it's obviously something that happens every now and then.
It's freshened up the air in the room, though.
It smells slightly better, but there is definitely a very, very pungent smell within the room, shall we say, because there are 2 other buckets still in the room. But yeah, so it is now maybe 10 o'clock in the morning. Francesco and Mary, you have the world's worst hangover. Excellent. Gertrude, you are regretting decisions about your travel companions and your decisions to travel with them at the moment, maybe?
I mean, yes, but I do recognize that they gave me free wine, free cheese, and a free room, so that's pretty good. I'll keep them around.
There is a very timid knock at the door, as obviously someone has heard there is movement going on.
Gertrude will get out of bed because these two layabouts are not moving.
Find out
hello?
who the porco is.
Yeah, look, I'm doing it, Francesco. Gosh. Okay. Hello. Hi. Who's there behind this door?
Yeah, as you kind of, are you going to open the door, or are you just going to ask?
I'll open it a crack.
You open the crack. You see maybe a 12-year-old boy there dressing relatively smartly. He says, "This is your morning wake-up call. It's breakfast time down in the lounge room. We have coffee and we have meats and we have bread and we have port and beer and ales as well."
Did you say coffee?
Caffeine,
That
coffee,
sounds
whatever it is called in this
Coffee.
world.
There are. Yeah, Francesco's like up and is already like lurching towards the door.
Oh, okay. Okay, Francesco. Well, put your pants on there. Mari, are you good? Are you well enough to go down and eat, or should I like bring something up for you?
No, I'll try to go down, and if not, I'll just bring it back up here. The smell is kind of getting to me up here.
Yeah, it's
I'm sure the boy will do something with it.
Yes, boy, lad. When we're down, we're gonna need you to clean this place a little bit, freshen up the room, air it out.
You can open up the shutters and just like empty everything out.
Listen, lad. We already did that, and it's not enough.
The boy has
you bring
gone
some-
properly. The boy is also now green because he can smell everything.
Listen,
He's
could
not
you bring
looking
some?
well.
Could you bring some? I don't know, sage and baking powder up here, just to help absorb the smell a bit.
You're trying to do an exorcism.
I will get. I will get the local hires to clean up.
I'm sure the piss here is of use to the local alchemists.
I will certainly organise something, sir.
Yes,
for you.
go. Be gone before
He
you.
runs away.
Jeez.
And in the distance, you hear a retching noise.
Well, I told him to leave, and in fact, Gertrude's just going to leave the room at this point because no use in being there. She's got all of her stuff.
Cool.
All right. So yeah, Mari will get dressed and head on down.
Yeah.
Cool.
Slowly.
For convenience sake, you have breakfast. It takes a while, and there's a lot of coffee drunk, and there's a lot of kind of bread and things to soak up the feelings and the alcohol. But you eventually kind of make yourself feel human, even if you are not at the best of your abilities. And I'm going to say until for at least the next couple of hours, you will have the fatigued. All of you will have the fatigued. Gertrude, you've been awake all night trying to deal with these two drunk folks.
Gosh, you're right. I have.
You are just tired. These two are hungover as hell. So yeah, you're gonna have fatigued for a couple of hours. Even if the coffee has perked you up, it's not enough to make you fully aware. So what do you fancy doing for the day? The festival is on for another 2 or 3 days, so there's a lot more you can still do in the festival. Obviously, you've got the inheritance you can go and find if you want to.
We should go get the inheritance.
As much as Francesco has enjoyed viewing ankles, they should really go to the lawyers, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to have to quickly nip out for a second, though. So if you just want to have a conversation about why you're going to go to the lawyers rather than the festival, even though you had so much fun yesterday in the festival, you had so much fun and you have no idea where Klaus is, whether you care or not.
Yeah, he's got money. He's all right.
He's doing pretty well, actually. Much better than any other peasant I've ever met. But anyway, Klaus
He has
aside,
money and he knows there's a livestock market. There may be pigs involved.
we'll see what happens. All right. So we should go find these lawyers and just get this inheritance. Here's what I'm thinking. Let's go. Let's get this inheritance business out of the way. We'll go enjoy the festival for a little bit more, and then let's go meet this grand prince that was looking to hire adventurers or whatever, and see if we can weasel our way into his deep pockets.
There may well also be work with this lady Unterbaum. She was pleasant enough. There may be potential business with her.
I always like a good business opportunity. Mari, what do you think?
I think if we get this other part squared away, I think that's a good avenue to explore and continue to foster. Because I think the more people we have on our side, the more, at least, temporary allies we'll have for things.
Yes. The I'm sure that there was somewhat of my plan with this with Unterbaum was to at least have some connection to the local nobility. I'm sure she'll be a worthwhile connection the moment she learns that I am inheriting a lot of money.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think it was really wise of you, Francesco, to practice your Reichspiel a little bit and kind of get in with the local aristocrats.
I did not practice my Reichspiel with her. She was much more forthcoming due to my Talian charms.
Well, Francesco, that's going to be a problem for us.
I'm sure she will find it even more exotic if I am a well-to-do Reichland
Francesco,
noble.
you had your mask on, so your identity is secure, right? Of course.
Well,
of course.
it may have been secure for some of the night.
Oh. Well.
It was rather dark.
Okay. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come. Listen, as long as we just get the money, and we can just get out of here. If things don't work out, then we just run, just head for the hills. Literally,
work for this other person.
The Gray Mountain. He's going to the Gray Mountains. We can't get any bigger hills than that, unless we go to the World's Edge. But I don't know. There's a lot of orcs and greenskins and stuff, and I heard there's like a horde of ogres or something. They just keep eating everything. It's a bad place. Anyway, Gray Mountains, much safer. All we have to worry about is crazy necromancers and stuff.
Some
It's
angry
the only thing we have
dwarves.
to worry about. Okay. Let's get freshened up and get you your inheritance.
Yes, I will need to be, definitely freshened up.
I'll let you all freshen up, obviously. Rules-wise, just as a quick, I've always checked this with Chris and Crystal. Chris, you're a courtier.
Yes.
And Crystal, you're a burgher. Mike, I think it's called an archetype. I can't remember.
It's a burger. The merchants are burgers.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Okay. Why is this not on the right page? So you all freshen up. You have your breakfast. You have some food. You have a nice conversation about what you want to do for the day, and obviously decide that you're going to go and hunt down this inheritance.
Yeah.
Looking at the documents that you have, you know that you are looking for the lawyers, the lock, stock, and barn. I can't remember the actual name. Barl. And they are
on Gartenweg.
Gartenweg. Yep. You ask around as to where this is, and they people point you in the right direction. As you start to head towards the area that people are pointing out as to where this street lies, it becomes less and less busy. Obviously, people are kind of heading towards the festival and the town centre and stuff. They want to be where the party is that you so much enjoyed yesterday. And you just kind of like have memories of this, and you kind of a little bit glad that you're getting away from people as your heads are still slightly pounding. Could all of you make me a challenging intelligence check?
Wow.
Challenging.
So +0.
Yeah, -4.
Yeah, you're hungover as hell. You got no fucking idea what you're doing.
Yeah, 5 degrees of failure. Nope. 4 degrees of failure. My bad.
Oh, I got 3 degrees of success.
Oh shit! Mary woke the fuck up.
I am the drunk sage for whatever this is.
Hey. Oh, wow. As you are heading towards this street, and you actually end up finding the street that the Gartenweg, you notice that it's quite a narrow alley, and there's not many people on it. You look down the alley, and there is a sign stuck outside one of the buildings there. It's like one of the wooden hanging signs, and on the sign it says Lock, Stock and Barn, lawyers, etc. You have been to many lawyers and many publishers and writs, like places where you get writs and things from because of your publication and stuff. And you just like look at it and go, this ain't right. This is not where these places usually exist, especially with the amount of money that is involved. And so Mary, in her really hungover, inebriated state, is somehow connecting the dots that this may not be exactly the right place. Well, it's not exactly the right place, but not where these kind of shops are found.
This doesn't look right. This is sketchy as hell.
What? What do you mean, Mari? The sign's right there. The dingy, really ill-repaired sign.
Yep.
Huh.
Lawyers
Well,
tend to
I
be
mean, you know, not every lawyer is super successful. You know, not everyone can work for the guild.
In a dump?
Excuse me, Frank. What
No,
was
all
that, Francesco?
solicitors work in a dump.
No, I mean not usually, but I mean.
Yeah, this is completely normal,
don't...
Francesco. It's like this is just the Reichlanders being weird in their weird ways.
I think what I think we should do is to see if there is any other business around this area, or get a running boy to go to the shop and deliver a message.
If only Klaus was here.
Right.
No, not Klaus though, because we don't want him connected directly to us.
Right. Well, that's a good idea, Mari. I can talk to some of the what's in the area around this place. Is there like a butcher's shop? Maybe some kind of smelly. Everything's just vacant.
There were a few maybe like weird shops where you'd buy some maybe rotten bread. It's very much the poor district.
Is there like a smelly tannery or something?
Yeah, there's maybe a tannery. There's a glue shop. There's a rotten meat shop. There's a
okay. Wow, these all three smell. All three smell terrible.
There's a lot of it almost smells as bad as the room you just left.
Oof.
Yeah. Well, Gertrude's been these kind of parts of town before. She'll take one for the team, and she'll go into the glue.
I was going to choose the glue shop.
Listen, I'll talk to some people around here, see if they know anything about this place. But that's a good idea to like find a running boy or something, Mari. Maybe you and Francesco can find a trustworthy lad.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We'll deal with the trustworthy lad thing first, because the two hungover people are going to be looking for a trustworthy lad. I'm going to make you do some fellowship rolls.
Okay.
As you go around and you kind of look for people who you would consider trustworthy, who you would talk to, and you can try and. So there's a lot of kind of to and froing from it. So that's why I'm using fellowship. And I'm going to make it because you are. Actually, no, I'm just going to make it challenging because it's going to be hard because kids are not going to want to talk to you lot as you're walking around. So both Francesco and Mary, make me a challenging fellowship roll.
-3.
Ooh.
I passed with 2.
Ooh. Mary has woken up. She's learned how to handle her alcohol. Francesco, you are walking around going just these dirty
I'm just too
empire.
scary to little boys and kids because I've got a horrific mask in my accent. So
have you still got the mask on? Have you woken? Did you sleep in it?
No, but I'm not being stupid. I'm not being recognised for that doppelganger.
Cool.
Yet.
Okay. Yeah. The kids. There's like, no, you've got a weird accent and you look funny. Fuck off, mate.
Yeah. Right.
It's pretty much what they're doing. Proper London, like, nah, fuck off, mate. You fucking weird. As my youth was. Anyway, Mary, however, somehow connects with her inner child and her inner street urchin, in the fact that she obviously reeks of stale alcohol and sweat because you are horrendously hungover, and you do meet a couple of street kids, and they do seem to kind of take pity on you a little bit, and you regale them with stories and all sorts of stuff, and you manage to get a vaguely trustworthy street urchin to maybe believe you and will do whatever you want him to do.
Okay.
So you've got that.
Cool.
We'll now deal with Mike going into the glue shop. Make me a endurance check.
Oh shit.
I love how I say that, and then Crystal just runs away. He's like, no,
Yeah.
nothing, anything to do with this.
Failed by 1 degree.
Spend a fortune.
No, I'm just gonna
Get high.
Easy.
You're gonna get high.
Cool. Gertrude is now high. So what are you doing in the glue sniffing shop?
This
has gone so sideways to where I thought
really smelling good. Okay. Hey, hey lad, what's how you doing? How you doing there?
Hey man. Thanks for coming in. How can we help you?
Yeah, hey, so I was wondering if you know anything, got any vibes about this lawyer place down the street? The Lock, Stock, and something.
Street? Yeah, man, I'm street all the way.
No, not you. Down the street. Lawyer place. See no one like going in and out? Anything like that? Is it new? Is it old?
Everything around here is old, man. It's all old. Everybody's old. Everybody's been here forever, man.
All right, is there something like, I don't know, in the water around here or something?
In the water? There's water here, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for your help. I'm leaving.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So you have a street urchin and a very stoned kid. Drugs are bad, children. You're muted, Crystal.
Nope, I know. Sorry, I was talking to.
Yeah.
my
Oh,
husband.
sorry. I thought you were saying something.
Gertrude's eyes mostly look really dilated now.
Yeah, just like proper, just like black spots.
Let me tell you, something happened in that glue shop, and I don't know what. It's an experience, though.
Yeah.
Did you find a child?
Yes. Yes, we have found a running boy.
Good. Have they done your bidding yet? Oh, should I say our bidding? My bad.
We haven't sent them just yet because we wanted to see what you came up with.
Absolutely nothing.
I have not seen someone look like that since I had a friend who would frequent opium dens that were managed by merchants all the way from Cathay. You haven't been doing opium, have you?
No.
Oh,
No,
shame.
I swear I haven't. No.
Francesco looks disappointed there's no opium.
All right. I'm gonna see if I can. You know what? Is there like any other? Is there any other lawyer places, like not in this area, but like in town?
Oh, there'll be many in town.
Yeah, we should go look for a different one. Go speak to them.
Clever.
All right. So I'm going to, we're gonna find something like another lawyer shop and just, I don't know, stop on in.
Yeah.
I think trying to.
Free consultation.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and just stop on in and see if we can get a feel for what this other place is like. Like,
Cool.
you know, like, hey, we're needing some help with some estate management, and we were looking at some of the other, or you and some of the other places around town. So we were curious about, you know, what you guys can offer, and hey, we heard about these guys too. Do you know anything about them?
Where do you want to? So I'm good with that. But where do you want to look for these?
Somewhere
Are you going to
near-
go for a just for one, or are you going to go to like a couple?
I think we should go to a couple that are kind of nearby, but in not so run down.
Yeah, let's look for
Yeah.
some
Not like
mid-range.
really fancy places where obviously people of high society and
Yeah.
big business do their
Ooh.
paperwork.
Ooh. I can check with the. There should be a guild lawyer
Yeah.
in town, with the Merchants Guild, and they'll probably give me one of the more honest reviews.
Mm.
Do any
Oh
of
yeah,
you
that's a good
have
idea.
anything to do with law in your stats, like knowledge of law or anything like that?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Nope.
No.
I think it's law. It's law.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Always confuses me when you see law. LORELAW. Law.
Mm-hmm.
As you kind of go around and question these people, you kind of get the feeling that with how Bogenhafen works and how fast it has grown up over the last 20, 30, 40 years or so, it's suddenly become a booming town and especially with the rise of the Schaffenfest, that there is no real kind of way of saying what lawyers are good and what lawyers are bad. All you kind of get is the fact is like, it seems a bit odd that they're down there, but it's cheap rent, so they may be a new company who are trying to make profit by being in a cheaper area, and it is a common trick to, as lawyers come into a new town, they start somewhere cheap and then move in to the more expensive areas. That's the feeling you get, but you can't really tell anything too much.
That's true, but I'm going to push these guys, the different lawyers, on this a little bit because,
Okay, make me a difficult law roll.
Okay, cool.
Spend a point.
No, I'm doing this. I'm not making this isn't a law roll. This is me being like, hey, listen, you don't like meet any other lawyers. You haven't seen these guys at any like mutual functions or anything like that. Usually the law community is pretty tight.
Yeah.
So what would that be? You still want a law roll or?
Yeah, just make me it's technically a law, but it's going to be law. So it's going to be difficult because you don't have a level, because you don't have knowledge of law. If you had knowledge of law, things would obviously change. But
give me a 12 or lower. Failure.
Yeah, people they kind of say, yeah, I recognize the name. It's a name that they have heard.
Okay. So they've been here.
But then they've heard of many lawyers, and so.
Bummer. Okay.
Like they've heard of 2 barrels smoking lawyers as well. So, and
weird. Okay. Well, thanks for your time, lawyers, and the free consultation. Really appreciate that. Anyway, Francesco Mari.
Free.
Yeah. Hey, I pay my guild dues, so that guy is getting his retainer. Okay. Francesco Mari, do you want to send this kid in there? What do you want him to do? I'm just trying to lure these lawyers out from their base of operations.
We should have them meet us somewhere.
Yeah, a neutral public place.
At a pub near the main square.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Are they going to be expecting it in the handwriting of the other dude, though? We didn't have any other samples of his handwriting.
Well, I mean, good point. So it'll have to be written by an intermediary, and then one of us will forge the signature. I guess, Francesco, you'll have to get good at forging signatures, which I think you might already be skilled at.
Oh, I can read and write. I don't think I'm
I was going to say,
Mary? Oh, no, you're good at numbers. That's your thing.
You being an author or a newspaper person?
Would it be gamble? I mean, I'm decent. I don't have
to say gamble, but I also kind of want to say dex.
Dex?
Because I know, Chris, you have quite good gamble, but it's a different type of gamble. So gamble to me within this setting is very much gambling on cards and money and dice and things.
It may be
art.
It's art. So it's
art.
Yeah, maybe art.
Okay.
I'm good at art.
I mean, I'm okay at it.
It's also.
It's still high, but it's.
What are you thinking of doing with this? Are you just going to send the kid in and say things, or are you going to send the kid in with a note to say things?
I think it should be a note, because if you think about it, the people sent a letter to this caster alias
Caster Librung.
Caster Librung. So they don't know what his handwriting is anyway, so it doesn't matter. It just needs to look official.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll I will try to pen that. Let's see how this goes.
Let me just I'm tempted to say, I'll give you a choice. So whoever is doing this, I'm going to make you choose somebody to do this, and then that person gets a choice of what skill to use. I'm not going to tell you the choice of skills until you've chosen someone to write it.
Not it. I'm not doing
not
it.
Me.
I think it comes. Mari's the writer. I mean,
I am the only one that can actually read and write, right? No, Francesco learned that eventually, didn't he?
Yeah.
can read and write. Excuse me, Mari. Please. What do you think? I'm some peasant like Klaus?
Klaus doesn't even know what read and write mean.
All right, so am I doing this?
Apparently so.
Okay.
Sorry, you got voluntold.
Well, I'm
All
going
right.
to. So, you have the ability to use art, charm, or cool.
Oh, I'm using charm. I am so using charm because I have a 46 in that.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge.
Oh, Mary, I could at least tell you what to write. So we could use some terms that are classical, like as you would say, like terra incognita. We could work some classical terms to make it sound more lawyer-like.
Yes.
I will give you plus 10 to the roll. I'm not going to make it an average. I'm going to give you just a plus 10.
Okay.
So
You want to write QED?
advantage.
I just barely got it.
So no levels of success then.
There's no levels of success, but I didn't fail.
You could
Cool,
spend
okay.
a point of fortune to add an extra success level after the test is rolled.
That will be my last fortune for today. But
That
yes, I will
seems
do
well
that.
spent then.
So say we're coming obviously in time wise to the end of the session. So yeah,
Oh,
okay,
spend
cool.
those
You
points.
Yes, I will spend that.
Cool. Okay. So you add like some when you're writing it, you add those weird flourishes under the signature that kind of swoop around, and you add a little bit more style and panache to the style of writing. And Francesco adds like weird Italian, Italian words to it.
It'll be classical. It'll be classical terms to make
Classic-
it sound more like
Add
it's.
the word count so it sounds smart.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. That's what we're doing.
Yep. And it's good job that he was there to give you these words because it makes it sound a lot more official. And the boy goes off and he runs off into lock, stock and barn, lawyers, etc.
I've promised the
always
boy
just seems
gets
like a-
2 shillings on return.
He comes back to you and he has a letter. It takes him about 15 minutes. It takes quite a long time for this to happen. Obviously, because you just kind of think it's down to they've got to write their own notes and stuff. And he comes back and hands you a note, and the note reads, "We are more than obliged if you have proof of who you are to have a conversation about this in any place that you would like to. Please meet us in the Crooked Boat in Aldstadt at 2:00, so which is about an hour from now.
We're at a pub, right?
There is nothing that seems unofficial about this. It all seems quite official.
We're at a pub. What do they know about this other bar?
Yeah, what the hell? We're
Let's
happy
ask the
to.
barkeep about this place.
Let's read this again. They're happy to meet us wherever we want, except please come meet us in 1 hour at this other place.
Jerks.
What the
Forgive
hell?
me for trying to come up with shit off the top of my head and fucking it up. Fuck.
Jeez, these lawyers are assholes.
These lawyers are assholes.
Gosh.
They're bearded tits, is what they are.
All right.
They
Well,
basically, this is what they suggest, but they suggest this is a nice place, but they will happily go to somewhere that you would suggest. There's like they're
We'll
not.
make sure it's a nice place. Yeah, like is it a
yeah,
nice
we're going
place?
to our nice place. We're not going to the Crooked Boat. Gosh, whenever we go to one of these like river taverns,
It always
right on the
ends
docks.
up with
Saying
someone's
it
dead.
always something bad happens.
Someone's always dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, okay. So
Gertrude looks over her shoulder for any ghosts.
Are you throwing salt over your shoulder?
So, as you are having this to and fro, I'm gonna just do it this way because it's actually quite comedy. I think you're having this kind of to and fro conversation with the lawyers, and you're just kind of like writing notes about, no, what about this pub? What about this pub? What about this pub? And you're just like kind of going through, rather than actually going into the building and having this conversation face to face with whatever person is in this building. You are literally just spending like 2 hours writing notes between each other. Could you all make me... What is the most difficult level of check that you can do? I'm going to say minus 40 perception.
It's minus 30 is the very
Okay,
hard.
minus 30. Minus 30 perception, please.
Jesus Christ.
You're too busy having an argument with people over pen and paper for fuck. It's like having an
Bullshit.
text argument with people.
God.
Fail
I
with
have to get
eight
a
levels
3
of
or
failure.
lower.
Jesus Christ. Oh, well.
I guess I can re-roll that, right? With I can use.
You can use
Fortune to
fortune to
reroll.
reroll. You get one
I-
reroll.
Why not?
No, I've not spent any fortune this session, so let's
I,
do a
Oh, look
reroll.
at that! Failed with 8 levels of failure.
Yeah,
I have
failed.
4 levels of failure.
Okay. Cool. So as you are having this conversation, you fail to notice a group of thugs walking up behind you who throw bags over your head and throw you into a building. And let me just find the right page because I'm on the wrong page
I
here.
thought we were at a pub, right?
I thought you were
Yeah,
just...
We
to
were
the pub.
in like a
We were sat in
building.
a
We were
pub.
Were
We're in
you?
a public
Yeah.
place,
We were
yeah.
in a public place for exactly this reason.
I thought
Yeah.
you were on the
Yeah.
street. 'cause you-
No, we were
No,
in
no,
a
because
pub.
like... No, Mike came out and you were on the street. You were talking to the child. You've not gone to a pub. There was
no,
no...
Yeah, we've been in the pub because we
had
sent him
the
a letter
child, and
saying
then we
meet
went
us
to
at the pub.
and we sent the letter from the pub. That
I
was
mean,
the
this can
plan.
still happen to us
Right,
in the pub
it's
if you
fine.
want.
Okay, change that. Okay, you are in a pub. I will give you that one. You are in a pub. You fail to notice the pub empty and a change of staff in the pub.
That's
Ooh,
much
perfect.
more cool.
There we
Yeah.
go.
That's better. Sorry, I completely missed the fact that you're in a pub there. I thought you were still kind of doing this whole thing in the street,
We're idiots.
which
We're not
made it
that
even more
idiotic,
weird
though.
in my head. The fact that you were outside the building writing these notes to the bloke.
No.
Okay, no. So you fail to notice that the patrons of the pub have left, and the staff of the pub have changed. And you suddenly, as you are writing your final note to say, yes, we will meet you in this other pub and wherever it is that you wanted to meet them, and you send the boy out, and you look up and realize that you are now left alone in this building.
Kazo.
The doors slam shut. The shutters of the building slam shut, and you hear locks close over the entire building. And you hear from outside a booming voice. Castelliberung, otherwise known as Magister Impedimante of the Cult of the Purple Hand. In the name of the Emperor, I arrest you and your companions for conspiring with chaos, murder, theft, and other crimes hereafter to be enumerated. Lay down your weapons and surrender.
Fuck.
Shit.
Well, now we're part of a cult.
Oh man. Okay. Everyone just play it cool. We can totally talk our way out of this. Okay.
The sound of the voice is coming it's kind of as if it's coming from the back of the building. It's not coming from like the main street. It's coming from behind like the shit alley behind the building.
Wait, okay, do we talk or do we run?
Is there a staircase up?
There's a staircase going up. There is a second floor. The second floor being the kind of local taverns and things, you kind of realise that that's kind of like the bedrooms and stuff above it.
I think it's time to go Ezio on this shit.
And as you say that, from the back alley where you heard the voice coming from, you hear a guttural roar of something inhuman and unpleasantly disturbing to the mind. You hear a wet splatter and a kind of plop, as if something visceral hits the floor. And the sound outside is just kind of goes utterly deathly silent. And I think we shall leave it there for today.
Well, fuck.
What's
That's a
happening to our poor
really
characters?
nice point to leave this episode. So, boom.
Oh my goodness.
Ah, shit.
I just wanted to make money.
And you know
Easy
what the best
money.
thing is? You're going to have to wait 4 weeks to find out what happens,
Yeah,
because
'cause
That's right.
2 weeks' time we've got
Virtual HorrorCon, which, yes, head over to Virtual HorrorCon, www.virtualhorrorcon.com, and you can find out everything that's going to be running. There will be games to sign up and play in. There will be many different stream games ranging from Warhammer to, Warhammer 40k, Wrath and Glory, to Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition, to some games of Chronicles of Darkness. There are some other games which are, I can't remember off the top of my head.
there's loads of stuff.
I'm going to just
Yeah,
look
tons.
at the list to give people a taster. You know, there's
Yeah.
going to be stuff like, there's going to be some Italian and Portuguese games of Vampire to accommodate the fact that there are plenty of Europeans that like horror gaming, such as ourselves. There is going to be some stuff like Alien, Monster Hearts, Morkborg. You know, there's a lot of different things going on. There will also be panels. Sorry, what was that? Bluebeard's yeah.
Bluebeard's Bride. Yep.
There's also plenty of panels. There will be discussion panels looking at things like community content in tabletop RPGs, horror in international tabletop. There's going to be stuff like crowdfunding 101 and the Onyx Pathcast live panel. And then there will be workshops, which are kind of like panels, but a lot more intimate affairs, as in there will be on Zoom, so you get a chance to talk to the people running those panels. And again, there'll be stuff like running convention games. There's going to be stuff like tarot reading, for example, voice acting, painting miniatures, things like that. And then, as I said, there's going to be stream games, and then there will also be games that you can sign up to and play, because Virtual HorrorCon is perhaps the first and still, I feel,
Best.
mostly the best virtual roleplay game tabletop convention there is. The channels to watch stuff that will be streaming will be on Gehenna Gaming, on Carrying Comforts Studio, and also on our own Twitch on Darker Days Radio. So there'll be 3 Twitch channels. That means a shed load of content to watch. But that does mean we won't be back in 2 weeks' time. We'll be back 2 weeks after that with the continuation of this, which I think is an appropriate point with this ridiculous cliffhanger. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh god, yeah, it's like proper end. I'm so glad that you played this and you made the decisions that you made, that I can end it at this point to lead into
And to think,
visceral horror.
I
Oh,
was
look,
just interested
horror.
in some nice lady's ankles, and you know, instead I'm now a magister for some cult. Jesus Christ. Anyway,
Look, Castelibering, you've got the face.
yeah, I'm glad I'm wearing a mask. Anyway, if you want more information, obviously head over to Gehenna Gaming's website. You can go over to their Twitter. You can go over to our Twitter and Instagram at Darker Days Radio. You can contact us at darkerdaysradio@gmail.com. You can go listen to our latest episode of Darker Days Radio, where we talk to Nick about Virtual HorrorCon and what will be going on for that. You can also grab things that we write on the Storyteller's Vault. There are 6 different PDFs, and technically one of them, as of tomorrow, I will make sure, as of tomorrow, it should have gone on sale today, yesterday actually, but I will make sure it's on sale, will be Venice en Masse, because technically it is the carnival season now. 2 weeks of carnival, so it will be on sale for carnival. That's everything, I think. Have I missed anything? No. Yeah, that's about it. So if you enjoy these, please go subscribe, follow, listen. And if you've missed these earlier episodes, they're on most of them, well, a good number are on YouTube. You can catch up there. And that's it for now. So we shall say goodbye, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time for Virtual HorrorCon. So goodbye.
Bye.